beaver wants us to know it's there.
It wants us to know it's the only one allowed to build dams, as you said. Grandpa, you said that the government wanted to build the dams without Cree knowledge or involvement back in the day. Is it that different from what we see now with other projects?
In a way, you are right. Projects still happen. However, Crees are now involved at various steps and help ensure that projects are made in a manner that limits impacts on the land and the people who live on it. Crees are part of the decision-making process, and Inuit too, who are partners in this battle. Back in the 70s, we were nowhere near the meeting rooms.
We were nowhere, so we had to organize ourselves to be heard. We assumed that most Crees opposed the project, but it was hard to know everyone's thoughts and what they planned on doing to show their opposition. Keep in mind that this was more than 50 years ago. No internet, no phone, no roads. People communicated through bush radio, hoping someone was listening. Flying was the only option for any quick gathering, so the sea otter planes flew more than geese during the spring.
Whoa, that must have been intense. But how was it possible to organize the response? I mean, Crees were living in the bush at the time, no? They were great hunters, but how could they oppose the government?
Crees were hunters and trappers, it's true. Few people spoke English or French. Communication methods among Crees had been developed over a very long time, and all of a sudden we needed to learn a new way of doing things, the legal way. Fortunately, we had young leaders who understood the way of the white man from having attended their schools. Some of them wrote to the newspapers, invited journalists to visit our land, and organized events to make it known that Crees had not been consulted in any way before the project was announced.
We also witnessed the first form of Cree social media. Philip Wapachee from Mississippi, who was a student in Montreal at that time, began traveling between communities. He recorded by video the opinions of people on the proposed plans for their lands, and then showed these opinions to people in other communities. At a time when travel was limited and not all community members knew each other, this was a way to bring people together through video interviews.
Crees invented social media? This is great!
Yes, it is great, but now it's almost time to go to bed. We have to get up early for our walk.